God, mute his mic. He's trying to convince himself our tackles will hold up. Go Bucks. Yes. Aiden Hutchinson is a poor man's either
Well, what
Joey
about
or
David
Nick
Ajabo?
Bosa.
You never know. Yeah. I mean, Joey Bosa was phenomenal. I mean, an elite prospect on every level. So even if you're saying, Hutchinson is 2 to 3 steps below that, that's still pretty good. Still pretty good. So we'll see. I think, like you said, the tackles will hold up. I don't think that's a wrong statement, but the thing is, it only takes one time, out of 60 to have for Hutchinson or Jabo to win and strip sack and you're in business. So, it's you're trying to get that one out of, 30. Ohio State's probably looking at what 60 to 70 offensive plays. I'm looking to win, for those guys twice out of 35 times, and it's just a big play. It's a strip sack, it's a fumble, it's an interception, because of pressure. So it's not, that a lot of times with games with teams that are both really good, it comes down to one or two plays. Like it does, it's not always, uh, uh, you know, 15 plays that are the difference. A lot of times it's really close, but it's a guy who gets that strip sack or makes the quarterback a little nervous and he throws it before he's ready and interception and you're rocking and rolling. So that's my thought on it.
Yeah, I do think in addition to that, the big plays that uh, part of the Michigan formula would be for those guys to get close often, to disrupt, to make Stroud throw off platform, to crowd him, not allow him to step up, not allow him to, follow through, just make him uncomfortable and not stand there back there and pat the ball 4 or 5 times before he picks out one of those three receivers and who's open by he's only open by 4 yards, he's open by 8. I'm going to throw it to him because those guys get open by more geography than just about anybody I've seen.
Yeah, I saw a poll on Twitter and it asked who had the best wide receiver trio, and it was this version of Ohio State. I believe it was the 2019 LSU receivers with Terrence Marshall, Justin Jefferson, and Jamar Chase. I think the 2020 Bama guys might have been in there, so that would have been Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, and who am I missing? I
John
think,
Mechie.
yeah, Mechie. And I want to say there was another one in there too, but these guys are special. These guys are track stars. It's you definitely can't let these guys get one on one on any safety, any corner. Um, Even for is much respect as I give to Dax Hill and as good of a player as he is, I still don't think that's a matchup as far as one on one and especially down the field. It's just not a good matchup. These guys are really talented, especially Chris Olave. I think he's really really good as far as route runner. He had a catch against last week against Michigan State that was I think it was CJ Stroud's like the record breaking 17th pass in a row or something like that. But it was a ball he caught at like the 2 yard line going out of bounds.
Yeah.
And it was just unreal. Like the
Yeah.
concentration that you need to make that, the hand eye coordination. It's just like, man, this he's really good. So it's going to be key for Mike McDonald to keep those guys as much as you can in front of you and just making sure that those routes take time for those guys to get open and hopefully you get more time for Hutchinson or Jabo Morris to get home. But those three guys are special. Those are three NFL wide receivers. And then I believe is it Julian Fleming is
Yes.
I think freshman. I mean, and that's another kid who's crazy explosive. I don't think he's quite ready yet to handle a number one receiver workload, but as far as just being explosive, he's there too. So it's they definitely don't have any shortage of talent on the outside.
Yeah, Fleming was the number one rated wide receiver coming out of high school as well. So yeah, he will have his shot at some point and caught his first career touchdown last week against Michigan State.
Who did not catch a touchdown last week against Michigan?
And this is the last thing I will say before we bring in Tony Gerdeman from Buckeye Scoop is going to join us right now. Is I know that the Michigan State secondary is bad. I get that, but I think the numbers are out of whack in this way. Everybody cites total yardage, so they have the worst pass defense in the nation based on total aggregate yardage. Okay. Miami threw it 59 times against them, Indiana 52 times. You can go down the list. Purdue 54 times. Everybody throws the ball against them. So if you just look at yards per attempt, which I think is a much better measurement of what type of yardage you're giving up per pass attempt, Michigan State was only 34th in the country in pass defense per pass attempt. So they weren't awful in any such way, but just I still can't get over 49-0 at halftime with 500 yards of total offense at halftime against a team that's ranked number 7 in the country. And they may not be quite that good, but I'm pretty confident they're a top 15 team in the country.